Hello, chums. I'm Them.
This is Them's Facts.
Today, we examine a side of the Olympics that rarely makes the highlight reels. Across its history, the Games have included events, decisions, and competitions that seem somewhat surreal today. Here are 3 Olympic facts that are difficult to believe. Number 3. No athleticism required. For decades, the Olympics awarded medals for something you would never see on the broadcast today: art. From 1912 until 1948, artists competed for Olympic gold in painting, sculpture, architecture, literature, and music. The rule was simple. The work had to be inspired by sport, and these were not symbolic honors. They were official Olympic medals, counted, recorded, and awarded during the Games. One of the more unusual winners was Walter Wienans. He had already won gold in Olympic shooting. Then he won another medal for a sculpture of a horse. What a Renaissance man! The idea came directly from Pierre de Coubertin, founder of the modern Olympics. He believed the Games should reflect the ancient Greek ideal: strength and culture, body and mind. But there was a problem. Most of the artists were professionals. Meanwhile, the Olympics were still committed to the idea of amateur competition. Eventually, the contradiction became too obvious to ignore. After 1948, the art contests were quietly removed. But for a brief stretch of Olympic history, the fastest runner in the world and a sculptor working in bronze were competing under the same flag. Number 2. A children's game was once an Olympic sport: tug-of-war. From 1900 through 1920, teams of 8 took the field, planted their feet, and pulled until one side physically dragged the other across a line. It was treated with complete seriousness. Teams trained together. Strategy, weight distribution, and footwear all mattered a great deal, especially the footwear. At the 1908 London Games, the American team filed a formal protest. The British competitors, many of them city police officers, wore heavy boots reinforced with metal studs. The Americans argued this was less a shoe and more an anchor. The judges disagreed. Britain kept the advantage and the gold medal. What makes this event memorable is not just that it existed. It is how normal it seemed at the time. Early Olympic organizers saw tug-of-war as a pure test of collective strength. It was simple, understandable, and undeniable. Eventually, the program expanded. More countries, more sports, more spectacle, and tug-of-war slipped out without much ceremony. But it leaves behind a useful reminder. The line between a backyard contest and an Olympic event is sometimes just a matter of historical timing, so keep up the patty cakes. Number 1. The strangest race ever run. The 1904 Olympic Marathon began in the afternoon heat on unpaved Missouri roads. Dust from passing vehicles hung in the air. Runners coughed it into their lungs with every breath. There were very few water stations. Organizers wanted to study the effects of purposeful dehydration. Seriously. Early in the race, one competitor was chased nearly a mile off course by wild dogs. Another runner, Fred Laws, climbed into a car after developing cramps. He rode for roughly 11 miles, got back on the course near the stadium, and crossed the finish line to cheering crowds. For a moment, he was treated as the Olympic champion, until someone noticed. The actual winner, Thomas Hicks, finished later in a far more fragile state. His trainers had given him small doses of strychnine mixed with brandy to keep him moving. At the time, it was considered a performance aid. He had to be physically supported as he crossed the line. Doctors later said one more dose might have killed him. The modern marathon is built around precision, hydration strategy, road closures, and medical teams. But one of the foundational races in Olympic history looked less like elite sport and more like survival.
That was Them's Facts. You now know more than you did before. See you in the next one. Flatten the like button, whisper to subscribe, tickle the notification bell, agitate the algorithm. I'll be waiting.